Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at another one of the brand new suites that are coming in the new annual catalogue, which launches for customers on the 4th of May. And this is probably, I just love it. It's called Hand Penned Petals. And you might turn around and think, oh, I got lots of florals and things, but this is lovely because it's two-step stamping. So all of these images will stamp in on the outlines. The fonts are beautiful on this. You've got thanks, anything is possible, congratulations, feel better, friend. And I love two-step stamping because you can really sort of have some fun with it. And we're going to do a little card using some of these in a minute when I've gone through all of these. Now, this comes with some coordinating dies. And I don't always buy dies because I don't mind fussy cutting, but these have got an awful lot in with them. So you've got your outline pieces. So this piece will give you your outline to cut this one out, although obviously they're not the right size. Get it the right way around anyway. It's not completely the right size on here because it's slightly smaller. It's 90%. So that will cut that one out. And then this one will cut this one out, so you don't have to worry about doing any fussy cutting on there. And then this one will cut out the this little one here. So let's just get this one out. So that one will cut out this one. But then you have got all of these extra pieces. So you've got this rather intricate flower here. And then you've got lots of little additional flowers that you can add onto there to sort of decoupage it up and make it bigger. You've got these flowers, and then you've got some leaves, and then you've got a nice border with a stitched shape to it. So it's a curve with a stitch, which again I think will be quite fun. So we're going to start fairly simply. And I thought I would show you let's make sure I can get my dies back in the way they go. Yeah. I thought I would show you a way of using your stamps, and when we've got designer series paper, which we have in this. So let me put these dies away. We have, so you can get the stamp set on its own. You can get the stamp set and the dies as a bundle. And when they do stamps and dies together, you always get a 10% discount. You can then buy the whole suite. So we've got these lovely genial gems, which are in mint macaron and the new colour pale papaya. And they've got a slight, if I pick it up and see, you should probably be able to see, they've got a slight sort of sparkle to them, because inside them they've got tiny weeny little bits of gold glitter. So it gives that sort of sparkle to it. So that comes in the suite, and then it's the paper. Oh, this paper is just beautiful. I used to have, when I was young, a book called Flower Fairies that was given to me by, I think, my uncle and aunt, and I loved it because it had all of these really lovely sort of hand drawn flowers, and I love that sort of what I call washed look. So it's not really precise, it's just beautiful. So we've got these. I shall show you each one of them. I have cut some down because we're going to be using them, but we've got this beautiful one, which you can just see the lovely line drawing on this. It's just beautiful. And then on the other side of it, you've got a mint macaron just a sort of ombre wash effect. We've got this one, which again, really pretty. Bring that up so you can see all of those. Absolutely lovely. And on the other side, you've got a pale papaya, which again has got that, you know, washed look and sort of ombre pattern on it. Then we've got this one. I think these flowers are just beautiful. You know, wildflower meadows and things, just absolutely gorgeous. And then on the other side of that one, you've got a Highland Heather with an ombre look in it. And then we have got this one, which has the most beautiful flowers and things in. And then on the other side of that, you've got Daffodil Delight, again with this ombre look. And oh no, it stopped. I was going to say, I keep getting sales calls on my phone, and I do put my phone out of the way, but it still makes a noise. Okay, so this is another one. Again, just beautiful. And that's got Night of Navy with it. And then turn that onto the other side, and you've got this with the little flower print in it, and that's in Garden Green, which again is beautiful. And then we've got this one, which again is just, I just love this paper. I love the way they've got all the colours together with it. And then on the other side, you've got it with Blushing Bride. And again, you can see you've got quite detailed pattern on there. So those are the papers. And what I would say as well is, I'm just turning these back. One of the great things, because we'll go through these, is that on the back of all of the designer series paper, it tells you the colours that it goes with. So, for example, and I've pulled them out because we're going to be using some of these today. So if we look at this one, we've got Cinnamon Cider. We've got Mint Macaron. We've got Pool Party. We've got Garden Green. And so you can see exactly what colours goes with each one, which is quite good when you're trying to match the flowers with the print in here, because you're using the designer series paper. So for example, this one, you've got your Blushing Bride, you've got your Garden Green, you've got your Daffodil Delight, and then you've got the Pale Papaya. If we go on to this one, you've got your Highland Heather, you've got your Pool Party, you've got your Garden Green, and you've got your Daffodil Delight. Then if we go on to these ones, you can see on these you've got your Night of Navy in on there. And yes, and this one again, you've got your Night of Navy with the Pale Papaya and the Garden Green. So it's really good if you are trying to match up the papers and you want your stamped image to completely coordinate. As I've always said, one of the things about Stampin' Up, which attracts people into them, is the fact that everything is coordinated. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of mint macaron, because we've got mint macaron here, and that's going to go in like that. And then I'm going to take the other colours. So we want some cinnamon cider for this one. So I've got my cinnamon cider, I've got my Pool Party. So that blue one is Pool Party. And then we've got Garden Green for our leaves. And we've got some mint macaron as well. So the leaves are, we've got the mint macaron. So I think I'm going to do mint macaron. I might have some Garden Green in there, but those are the colours that we're going to use. So what I've done is I have taken the stamp, and I've already done it so that it's allowed it a chance to dry. I've taken this image, stamped it just on a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then use the die to cut it out, because then it will save a little time with the with doing the die cutting. So we are going to use, for the colours of this, I want to use this large flower. So we need to have a look at this one. That's going to be this one. So we're going to take that one out. It's the first time I've used it, but let's put it on there. And I'm going to use the cinnamon cider, but I think with this cinnamon cider I need to stamp it off, because I think it's going to be a bit dark. So I've got a bit of a scrap here because I'm going through my paper. I just do a tiny little bit and then I end up going through it and having to turn it over. So let's just ink this one up and we'll have a look and see. Yes, that's too dark, so we need to do it second generation on there. Okay, so we're going to stamp this up, stamp it off once, and then we're going to put it in on this large one. Now, they're not designed to fit perfectly, but what you can do is you can stamp it once and then turn it just a little bit and stamp it again, because then you get sort of that two-tone sort of look. And as I say, as it dries, it will dry to the colour of the designer series paper. So let's I'm just going to clean that off as I go. So that's your large flower. Then let's have a look and see on this paper what other colours we've got. So we have got we've got the pool party. So I need to do the pool party in the second size down flowers. So let's have a look at this one. So that's our, let's put that one in there. That's our second size flower down, and that's going to fit in on that one and maybe on the other one, and I need the small flower as well. So we've got 3 flowers, and this will do my 2-step stamping. So this one, I want the pool party in here. So let me get my pool party out, and we're going to do this one here is going to be in the pool party. So again, you can just sort of line it up and it will come relatively into it, but it doesn't come completely, and as I say, it's not designed to do that. So now I want to take, I'm going to take that flower as well. Now that'll work. So I'm going to take this little flower as well. I'm going to put this one in on there, or will the smaller one be better for that? I think the smaller one might be better, but I'm going to go for the larger one on here, just because I want to try and get it in where it should be and step it like that. That's perfect. So that's my pool party. And then I think I'm going to go back to, for the little one, because I wanted to say to tone it in completely with these colours. So I could take, it's not in it, but I could take, what can I take that'll complement it? Let's do, you see, that's my pool party. That's my, I am going to use the cinnamon cider again for the others, I think. Or maybe I'm going to use, let's use the, that will tone in. We've got the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to do these little ones in the Daffodil Delight, and we'll put these, so we'll have one there, we'll have one there, we'll have one in on here, and we'll have one in on there. So that, yes, that will go, because I can add a little bit of, which I will do to just make sure that it tones in perfectly. So those are those. Then we need to take our little, so that can go, that's the middling one, that's the small one. Then we've got two different sizes of leaves. So that's the smaller one, that's the larger one. And for these leaves, I want to have some, I'm going to use the large leaf. So the large leaf is going to go in the, to my inks, because I got all the colours out to have a play. This is going to go in the garden green. So the larger leaves will have in the garden green, yes. So these are the two larger leaves down on here. So let's just put that in on there, and this one comes in on there. Okay, so we've got two leaves in garden green, and then I want to have the other ones in, so we'll take that in the smaller one, just clean that off. So the smaller one we will do in the mint macaron, because we've got some mint macaron in there as well. And just put that there, and so that's our mint macaron leaves, and you can see how easy it is to just stamp it. And I quite like the fact that it's got some light and dark speckle bits in, so that it's not a solid stamp. It works really well. There we go. So if we put that on there, that works perfectly. What I do need to do is, because I've taken a colour that's not in my paper, which is the Daffodil Delight, to just give a little bit of extra in on there, I am going to, I'm just putting my stamps back, I'm going to take a, let me have a look. I should have a, have I got a marker in Daffodil Delight? I don't know whether I have dark Daffodil Delight. Here we go. Right, so I've got a blend in the Daffodil Delight. I don't know how much I've got left of it, but if you look in this print, you've got these little sort of tops on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just add a little bit of the Daffodil Delight in on there. And I'm doing it quite sort of randomly, because it's not all in there, just to have a little bit, some little bits here that are white anyway. So all I'm doing is just adding just a little bit of that Daffodil Delight in there, because then that will work with it. So if we then put our card, I can take these bits out for now because I don't need that. So if we then take our beautiful paper onto our mint macaron, and we then, I'm not going to do all the sticking, but you can get the idea, we can then put this flower in, which works beautifully with the papers, picks up all of those colours on there, and then put that one up with dimensionals. And then all you need to do is to put, we can put a couple of these twinklies in on here, in either, that's the pale papaya, that would actually go, but the green, the mint macaron, would work perfectly. And I'm going to show you one other that I have done and show you the colourways, so I can just get it out of here. Okay, so this is mint macaron as well. And for this one, I took one of the other papers. So we've got this paper, which has got the, it's got virtually all of the colours in there. So you've got your Misty Moonlight, you've got your Daffodil Delight, you've got your Blushing Bride, you've got your Mint Macaron, you've got Highland Heather. So it's got, and you've got, yes, Blushing Bride. So I did this one in Mint Macaron and Highland Heather, so I can put that down on here, Highland Heather, and then the Blushing Bride, and you can see now it's dried completely, how it tones in beautifully. I stamped out the Anything Is Possible, and I'm just going to tuck that in underneath on here, and then I took the, that's the border. So that's the border with a little stitch on it. And that little border would work perfectly just down on the bottom there with that bit on top. Put a couple of dimensionals on, sorry, these Genial Gems on, and you've got a really pretty card matched completely to your Designer Series paper because you've taken the back and you've matched it. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.